I'm Kim Shapira, a registered dietitian in Southern California, and today I'm going to talk to you about diabetes. Having diabetes or being told you're pre-diabetic is serious, but there is good news. It can be prevented, treated, and managed. A recent diabetic prevention study concluded that people with prediabetes can prevent the development of full-blown diabetes by changing their diet and increasing their level of physical activity. And even better news, these small changes may even help their blood sugar levels return to normal. Let's look at who is typically at risk for becoming a diabetic, or in other words, a pre-diabetic. Older people, inactive people, people with a family history of type 2 diabetes, women who have had gestational diabetes or who've had a baby weighing more than 9 pounds, women with polycystic ovarian syndrome, people who are overweight or obese, especially if they carry all of their fat in their stomach area, people with high cholesterol, high triglycerides, low HDL to LDL ratio, African Americans, Native Americans, Latinos, and Pacific Islanders. If you are at risk, you should get tested. Before we talk about the test, let's talk more about what it means to be pre-diabetic. A pre-diabetic basically means you have too much sugar in your bloodstream, but not enough to be classified as a full-blown diabetic. If your fasting blood sugar levels are between 100 and 125 milligrams per deciliter, you will be considered pre-diabetic and your doctor will let you know. Full-blown diabetes, or type 2 diabetes, means your fasting blood sugars are higher than 125 milligrams per deciliter. More specifically, it means your body isn't responding to insulin like it should be. You may not think it's a big deal, but it is. And over time, having high blood sugar levels may cause some serious health problems. High blood sugar can lead to heart and circulatory and nervous system damage, and this can dramatically decrease a person's lifespan, and most definitely a person's quality of life. Now let's get back to those very important tests. There are 2 simple tests you can take to see if you're pre-diabetic or a full-blown diabetic. The first is called a fasting blood sugar. This one is where your doctor will ask you not to eat for 8 hours. Then your doctor will take a blood test. Your doctor is specifically looking at the concentration of sugar in your blood and how your body responds. Since you haven't eaten for a while, we call it fasting blood sugar. The second test is called the oral glucose tolerance test. Your doctor will ask you to drink a sweet drink, which has a ton of glucose. Then they will have you wait for about 2 hours. At this point, they will draw your blood. If your blood sugar level is between 140 to 199 milligrams per deciliter, you will be classified as a pre-diabetic. If you have been diagnosed with prediabetes or full-blown diabetes, you should get interested in exercise. Just 30 minutes a day has been proven to help restore your sugars to normal. You should try to reduce your stress and concentrate on losing weight. At this point, you should take every measure around to help yourself if you haven't already. In order to win your fight against diabetes, you must understand how nutrition and dietary strategies play a role. You must understand one major concept, and that is to learn to eat in a way that will stabilize your blood sugar. When your blood sugar gets too high, it creates a strain for your pancreas to make insulin. Without insulin, your body has no way to control blood sugars. So you see, your blood sugar level and your insulin levels are completely dependent on each other. Think of insulin as a Pac-Man. He picks up the sugar as he makes his way through our bloodstream. His job is to transport and get it ready for delivery to your cells, which then will use it for energy. Without insulin, your cells will receive no sugar, or even water for that matter. And without sugar, you receive no energy. But worse than that, the sugar stays in your bloodstream, wreaking havoc on your physiological systems. So if you are pre-diabetic, it seems all you need to do is stabilize your blood sugar. Here's how. First, definitely don't eat foods with high sugar content. This will make it impossible to control your blood sugars. Second, change your eating patterns. You need to now eat several small meals throughout the day. Basically, I'm saying eat small and eat often. Eating small meals allows your body to stabilize your blood sugar levels, whereas large meals spike your blood sugar levels. Third, balance your meals. Eating too many carbs is basically breaking rule number 1. Carbs are sugar. For instance, a meal with an apple, some orange juice, and a piece of toast is a major no-no. Balancing your diet with a combination of food groups helps to slow down the release of insulin. It will help your body have a steadier stream of insulin, and then will help you maintain your blood sugar levels. A good example of this is to have a yogurt with a peanut butter sandwich, or maybe a baked potato with some low-fat sour cream and chicken and vegetables. A good rule of thumb is to try to aim for 3 colors per meal. Try and eat a high-fiber diet. Fiber also helps to slow down the release of sugars into your bloodstream. And most importantly, don't overeat. Overeating is a major problem for so many reasons, mostly because it will strain your poor pancreas. Give your body a break. Try to remember portion control. And if you love some food that you're eating, go back and have it later. If you have a sweet tooth, try to fit it into your plan. Don't add it in as an extra. What I mean is, if you want a cookie, then substitute it for a starch at lunch or dinner, or at any other time during the day. This helps to keep your calories controlled. Now, if you have been diagnosed as full-blown diabetic, there is no question you have to be smart about the foods you are putting into your body. There actually is not a true diabetic diet. It really is more or less just a smart diet. The foods good for you are the same foods that are good for me. It's just a matter of manipulating your day into a well-monitored plan. The major nutrients that will affect your blood sugars and should be monitored are carbohydrates, proteins, and fat. There is no question that to keep your blood sugar levels well in check, you will need to make great food choices 95% of the time. Exercise often and take any and all medications your doctor recommend. Not doing one of these things can seriously affect your long-term health. Once you have been diagnosed, another important blood test will be taken. That is called A1C, also known as hemoglobin A1C. This test will measure your average blood sugar over the last 3 months. See, sugar is sticky and it attaches to red blood cells. And red blood cells die and regenerate every 3 months. So it's a pretty clear picture of how well you have been managing your blood sugars. There are no secrets, we see everything. The rules for following a healthy blood sugar diet are the same for the pre-diabetic as I stated earlier, but in addition, it is essential to make sure that you are eating the right amount of calories each and every day to either lose or maintain your weight. If you need help, try calling a local dietitian to help map out a plan that is right for your lifestyle and for your situation. For a diabetic, it is critical that you take your blood sugars often. For example, if you eat a sugary food and you see a fluctuation in your blood sugar, then you can talk to your doctor or dietitian about how to adjust your insulin. This will keep guilt to a minimum and also help you stay on track with a plan. There is also a lot of talk about artificial sweeteners in a diabetic diet. Know that sugar-free doesn't mean no sugar. It just means extra sugar. Hasn't been added and it will still affect your blood sugar. Some artificial sweeteners such as sorbitol, mannitol, and xylitol do have calories and will increase your blood sugars. So be careful. And you know what? They also can cause gas and diarrhea when eaten in large amounts. So just so we're clear, a diabetic diet doesn't mean you have to avoid carbs and sugar. It just means you have to balance them with proteins and fats while carefully and often checking your blood sugar. Good luck and take care.